welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this super smoky eye for Valentine's Day. I am obsessed with this look. I am so excited to do this video for you guys. I also will have one that's a little bit more wearable and soft if you aren't into something super smoky, but I love this. I think it's gorgeous, and if you'd like to see how I got it, then go ahead and keep on watching. To start off, I've already applied my foundation and some Scotch tape to help us get a nice clean line. And now I'm just priming my lids, and I'm using the Slate Gel Liner from Morphe and just an old e.l.f. brush. And I'm applying that all over the lid, making sure not to bring this up into the crease. You want to keep this lower on the lid so it's easier to blend out. This is one of those looks that does not look beautiful in the beginning, but we will get there. And I'm using the 35P palette from Morphe, and I just picked up this medium tone brown. This isn't anything too warm or too cool, it's right in the middle. And I'm using this Luxie 205 brush and basically just blending out the edge of that black gel liner that we have all over the lid, so everything just blends really seamlessly. Now I'm picking up this warmer shade, it's right below it, and it's a shade darker and it definitely has a warmer tone to it. And I'm using a Sigma E25 brush, and I'm just going to start building the smokiness and the dimension of this look. So you can see I'm kind of starting right up against that tape and really brushing right over the edge, because having that tape there is making sure that we do have that sharp, clean edge when we take it off. But I'm going right up against that, and then I'm going all the way from that tape to the inner corner. It's going to be smoky all the way around, so just really blend in that crease. The key to any good smoky eye is to blend, blend, blend. So I'm going over that all with that same Luxie brush that I started out with, and then I'm going to this shade right next to the one we used last time, and I'm using that same Sigma E25 brush and just doing exactly the same thing that I did last time. So I'm going right up against that tape and then bringing it up into the crease and all the way into that inner corner. And one last blend before we go in with the lid shade. Seriously, just make sure that you blend after every step and you will be golden with a smoky eye. For my lid shade, I am using Disco Ball from Colourpop Cosmetics, and I'm using a Luxie 211 brush to apply this. It's a nice little flat shader brush. I've been dying to use this color for such a long time. It's a beautiful black that has like gold reflex in it. I just think it is stunning. So I'm just applying that all over the lid, making sure not to go up into that crease. You want to keep this pretty low because you don't want to get sparkles into your crease area. So just pack that all over the lid. Now it's time to take off that tape, and this makes me so happy like every time that I do this, because you just have such a nice, clean, sharp line. And it's awesome if you are beginning or you're having a hard time with your wing liner. It gives you such a good guideline. So I'm using my NYC Liquid Liner and just literally following that line that we created with our eyeshadows and doing my wing. This next step is a must, and that is tight lining your waterline. So I'm using the Mr. Right Now liner from TheBalm. I just love these. They stay in my waterline so well. And then I'm giving my lashes a nice coat of Rollerlash mascara from Benefit, and I'm applying some mink lashes from Lilly Lashes, and these are in the style Doha, and they are perfect for this because they have a nice flare to them. Now moving on to the face, especially with a dark smoky eye, you do not want to have bags. So I am using my Becca Undereye Brightening Corrector because I can always count on this. Now I'm applying that to the inner corners of my eye most heavily, where my dark circles are at their worst. And then to conceal and highlight my face, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. And I use the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm applying that right over the corrector. Then I'm also going to be highlighting the center of my face. So my chin, the center of my nose, and then a little bit on the center of my forehead. If you've watched my videos, you know these next two steps. I am blending everything out with a damp Real Techniques sponge. I just think it does such a flawless job. And then I'm going to be setting my under eyes with the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. None of this ever changes unless I find something that's even better, which if you know of something, then let me know. But for right now, I'm using this one, and I'm not adding too much of this. I don't want it to be too highlighted underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to be bronzing up the skin with the Pro Bronze Fusion from MakeupForever. I just love this bronzer. If you are on the fair to light side, this is such a beautiful bronzer because it's not too orange and it doesn't look too heavy on the skin. It just gives you the right amount of warmth. For my contour, I'm using one of the new MakeupGeek contouring powders. This one's in the shade Infidelity. This is the cool fair one, and I'm using a 126 Zoeva brush. I used this in my last tutorial, and I have just been loving this for my contour. And I'm taking that in the hollows of my cheeks, of course, also around the sides of my forehead, the sides of my chin, and then contouring my nose. I am so in love with these contouring powders. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else from MakeupGeek. Everything she puts out is absolutely amazing. These are so soft and buttery and blend like a dream, and the color is so spot on. I am just obsessed with these, so order some if you haven't already. For blush, whenever I'm doing something super dramatic on the eyes, I feel like I always reach for this one, and this one is Luster from NARS. It's a really beautiful kind of bronzy terracotta color, and it has a little bit of a gold sheen to it, so I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks and then blending that back into the contour, and you can see it just gives you a nice flush without looking like a hardcore blush. For highlight, I'm using Champagne Pop. I feel like I haven't used this in such a long time, and it is seriously one of my hands down favorite highlighters ever, and I'm using this Luxie brush. This is a really nice, really soft, kind of fluffier tapered brush for highlighting. I just love it. I think it's so nice. I think this is a 522, and then I'm going in and finishing off the eyes, and I'm using that same liner that I tight lined with and lining my waterline with that, and then taking this matte black shadow, just smudging that out. And this is up to you how far you want to bring this down. I love a really smoked out lower lash line, so just take it as far as you want down, but make sure that you're going all the way from outer corner to inner corner and connecting that outer corner with the wing that you have on the top lash line. Now, I always love to follow up with a lighter shade to just kind of buff everything out and make sure that it looks really blown out and soft. So I'm picking up that mid-tone brown that we have in the crease in a pencil brush and just buffing that out even further, because this just helps to soften everything up, and I love doing this. And then, of course, add some mascara to those lower lashes. You guys know I have to be like centimeters away to see my lower lashes. And then I'm highlighting with Polyester Bride from Urban Decay. You guys need to pick up this shadow. I don't care that it's a single shadow, you need to get it. It is such a beautiful highlight for the inner corners and the brow bone. Now that the eyes are done, it is onto lips, and we are almost done. And I am using the Too Faced Perfect Nude Lip Liner, and I'm just lining my lips with this. This really is like the perfect shade. This is basically the same shade as my lips. It's just a little bit darker, so it gives my lips a little bit more definition. And I'm not like overlining my lips or anything like that. If you want to, go for it. I am just lining my lips and then going in with this LipLand Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Nakey. This is a very nude, like a very light peachy nude, and I wanted to use this, and it's such a beautiful color, but I just needed a little bit more definition, so I'm going back over just the edges of my lips with that same lip liner just to make sure that it didn't look too whited out on my skin tone. And then I am, of course, going to follow it up with my favorite gloss to really just warm anything up and give you a nice glossy finish, and that is my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brûlée. I always have this lip gloss at all times. And of course, set everything in place with some makeup setting spray. I'm using Chill from Urban Decay, and once you get that done, your full face is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to see what this full outfit looks like that I'm wearing, then head over to my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!